Hello music lovers and welcome back to the Woodshed. Are you a funky individual? No? Would you like to be? Alright, so in the words of the immortal James Brown, get up off of that thing. Papa's got a brand new bag. Jam! Now we're going to hit that sex machine and figure out how to put some funk into your playing. Roll it. Alright kids, let's dig in. Got my nice jacket on here. I'm just going to leave the camera at this angle, alright? Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to look at the basic chord shape that's happening. Think of this kind of seventh chord. Then we're going to, so that would be based off of A flat. Root, 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 3, 7, 9. A 2 turns into a 9 when it's in the next octave and the 7th's present. Then we're going to add. You can play it, you can kind of see on my finger the spot that's been used. So when we drop down and we go down here, it's basically the same chord shape. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play the top 4 strings. I feel like in the band environment to keep it tight, you don't need a lot of low end on the guitar. I'm using my Sir Classic Antique, and I've got it set to the position these 2 pickups right here. Nice and funky. So when I play the top of it, you can kind of feel the rhythm happening. There's not anything too crazy happening. And all I'm doing is adding an extension right there. So if we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2 or 9, 3, 4 or 11, 5, 6 or called a 13, right? Right? So I'm playing. So it would be adding a 13 to the top. And then when we move up, same shape up here. Little chromatic thing. The magic in this stuff is in the right hand, okay? So what I start doing is I try to be as relaxed as possible. Kind of just letting the hand fall, okay? Now that doesn't mean let go of the pick. It doesn't mean hold it too tight. I'll also point this out. If you're holding the pick too tight, you're already going to be tensing up your right hand and it's not going to be fluid. The best place to start in this is not even having a chord in your left hand. Why don't you just start with trying to get used to playing across the strings in a relaxed fashion. Very much like a drummer would work on rudiments. You can add some swing to it, anything you want to spice up the rhythm. First start with a straight rhythm. Then swing it a little bit. Add some accents. So if you're having trouble with this, I would just take the guitar out of my hands and start drumming on my lap. Get used to playing some rhythms, accents, where the notes are just coming across in 16th notes, 1 EN, a 2 EN, a 3 EN, or 8th notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, depending on how you're counting it, right? So basically you just want to get used to having some accents in there. Another part of this is going to be really important is controlling the upstroke. Watch when I play this rhythm. So I play down, up, and then all 3 ups. So it's like, here's the downbeat. Get used to playing it down and muting with your left hand. Which leads us to the last point here. You've got to work your fingers across the strings to make this sound. Like I'm actually muting and muting by letting my fingers off the strings. You're trying to get the guitar as tight as possible, right? You let off in your left hand, and then you mute in your right. And I'm muting the bass string specifically with the back of my right hand. One more time. One thing I would suggest is take any chords anywhere, any shapes whatsoever, not just these James Brown shapes, but like maybe here's a C7. Different spot, here's another spot. So now you can add some of this funk rhythm into your solo lines as well. Let's take something out of A minor pentatonic that we all know and love. Alright guys, thanks for hanging out in the Woodshed this week. Hope you had a great time. As always, hit the likes and subscribes. It helps the channel. You can visit andywoodmusic.com for backing tracks, tabs, and all that good stuff. And then you can jump over to Patreon for weekly master classes and various video exclusive content. See y'all next week.